we go. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna shoot Center X and SK long range. Rifle match. So Center X and SK rifle match. And we're gonna be using my RimX here, which if I haven't told you, I absolutely love this thing. I do have a tuner on it, so you're probably gonna say, well, one of those rounds is probably tuned and one of them isn't. That could bias the test. You are absolutely correct. In fact, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna turn the tuner. I actually have both rounds tuned. So I will be moving the tuner in between tests so that each one is optimized for this gun. That should give us the best possible test. You can also see right here, I've got my chronograph set up. So we're gonna see if there's any difference there. On paper, if I'm not mistaken, I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure on paper, these two are supposed to be almost identical. I can tell you, just having shot some already, there is a little bit of a difference between it. And it is 38 degrees right now, so it's definitely colder. I have not had a chance to shoot the rifle match in hot conditions. I have shot the Center X in 70, 80 degree weather, so, you know, just take it for what it is. And we're gonna be using my trigger cam right here. So you will be seeing exactly what I'm aiming at, and that is out here. And you can see that I have right there is my, whoops, that doesn't help you guys. So right there is my 50-yard target, and out there is my 100-yard target. And we're just gonna shoot some groups and have some fun. So let's see what happens here. All right, here we go. Let me get my 0 here. So this is SK rifle match. Again, my tuner is set for the SK. And here we go. Okay, so there's 5. Let's do another 5 right here. Those are harder for you to see. Let me come down to here. There we go. Okay, so this one, I hadn't really fouled out the barrel, so maybe that's where a little bit of that came from, but that's not a bad group right there with the rifle match. So let me get the tuner switched, and then we're going to do Center X over here. All right, so this is going to be Center X. Now, I have not fouled out the barrel at all, so we're going to see how it does. Supposedly they use the same lube on both, but we'll see how this first group goes. All right, well, that ain't too shabby. Let's come over here and shoot another one. Let's see here. I'm just going to bracket the black dot here. That red dot's not exactly centered, so we're just going to bracket the black here. Now obviously there's a little bit of difference in the point of impact. I'm not really adjusting for that. I don't really care. I lost count. I might have shot 6 on this one. I can't remember. Okay, so that's all of them. So let's take a look. So there's the center X. There's center X, and then rifle match. So, you know, anecdotally, they're pretty damn close. Obviously, my first group here wasn't as good as this first group, but I'd say this group, I mean, if we measure it, you know, if I'm using my hash marks, it's roughly 1 minute by maybe, I don't know, just under a minute. And if we come over here, we've got, hang on, we've got about the same width, and I don't know, maybe the verticals, yeah, it's pretty dead on. I'd say they're pretty darn close group size wise. Obviously I can measure them, but I mean, that's not really what I'm after here. I'm looking for any really serious gross issues between the two. I will tell you, I'll show you the data here. In fact, we're looking at 10-10 on average for the rifle match that I shot, and these are averaging 10-19 and a half. So about 9.5, let's just call it 10 feet per second faster on the center X. So a little bit of difference there under the same conditions. Let me load back up. I'm going to do another test at 50 here, and then we'll go out to 100. All right, I got the center X loaded back up in it. Let me get moved over here. So let's go ahead, and since I already had center X in it, I thought we would just shoot that so I don't have to reseason anything. So let's go ahead and see what we can do here. All right, I'm just going to bracket that center right there. Alright, I think this is 5. I have a bad habit of losing track. Alright, so that's a pretty darn good looking group. Definitely sub-minute both directions. So let's do one more over here. Alright, and that's it. So again, really good looking group, definitely sub-minute. Those are both really tight. So let me get my tuner changed up. We're going to go back over here and do one more test with the rifle match. Alright, we got the rifle match loaded in. I'm going to come down here, we're going to shoot these. Now, just like I did with the center X, I'm not going to season this at all. Again, the center X seemed to do pretty good right off the rifle match. Let's see if this returns the favor. It's really hard to see, but I think it's right around a minute, maybe just a hair taller. Oh, it's hard to tell on that red. All right, let's do this again on this one, and I'm just going to do my best to keep this one centered up. Okay, so something happened. I had a flyer there. You can see the rest of the group's tight but wide. So consistency wise, you know, like it's still shooting tight, but it definitely ain't like the Center X. And, you know, for, I don't know what it is, $4 or $5 a box more, you know, it's what you'd expect. I mean, the Center X is a higher grade than the Rifle Match. And I think the groups, you know, honestly reflect it. You know, the group's up higher here. You know, if we look at, you know, this group, that one's tight, that one's really tight. You know, these are good. Like, that's a good group. You know, that's still a 3/4 inch. So these are 3/4 inch dots, these yellow ones. So, you know, that's just over a minute. That blue, you know, down here at the bottom, the green, the red, like those are still great. They're just not quite as tight as the Center X. Again, kind of what I'd expect. So let me get regrouped. We're going to get back out to 100 now and see how that goes. So here we are at 100. We're going to do Rifle Match on the left again and Center X on the right. Since we just shot Rifle Match, I'm going to go ahead and shoot Rifle Match again. Now, obviously, I expect the groups to open up a little bit. Keep in mind, on like a bench rest target at 100 yards, the X is 1 minute and the 10 ring is 2 minutes. So, you know, this is definitely going to open up a little bit, but let's see how tight the Rifle Match is. All right, it's hitting a little high. I don't want to adjust it quite yet. There's 5. Now I'm going to dial for this a little bit just to help us get it on where you can see it. But if you look here, like that's not a bad looking group right there. If I get my reticle on it, you know, that's roughly a minute. So those are, I mean, those are under a minute there. That's solid, all in the X ring. So I'll take that all day long. All right, let's come down here. Let's try this again. Now I should tell you, there is virtually no breeze. There's just a very, very slight breeze, so there's really not much blowing on these. I'd say the flags, there's a couple flags out there that are, well, they're dancing just a little bit, so maybe there's a little left to right out there. So that's it. So vertical was really good on that. That one was definitely wide though. Like if you look in, you look between, oh, well, it doesn't help that that target might be swinging. That might have been part of my problem. But anyway, I mean, it's still all within the 10 ring. If you look at my hash marks, you know, those are each 1 minute. And if I put a hash mark on the left side there, I mean, they're all, one just might be barely outside the minute ring. But overall, that's not too shabby. I'm going to go ahead and do, rather than flip back and forth, let me load up again. We're going to do 2 more Rifle Match, then we'll switch to Center X. Okay, we got Center X loaded up. Let's see what it does. 1, 2, 3, 4, and here comes 5. So definitely a rounder group. It's split a little in the middle there, but it's not horrible. It's not great, but definitely running, just at or just under a minute. That's a nice group right there. That's real nice. And that's all well within that 1-inch square there, so I'll take that. All right, let me get loaded up again. All right, let's bring this down. So we got 5 more rounds for each of these. Let's see what happens here. Oh, that does not help. Well, I'm going to take a chance here. Let's hope it stays still. Okay, so there's 5, and if we look at my hash marks, about 1.5 minutes, roughly. All right, let's get this last one. That one dropped. Well, so you can see it's opening up. Now, I've done some tuning with this, and to be fair, maybe I'm not quite where it needs to be on my tuner for this rifle match, because at 100, it's definitely walking a little bit here. It's still under, still within, yeah, if you look at the hash marks, it's still running, I don't know, maybe just over 1 minute there. I mean, if I line up, yeah, 1.25 minutes. I mean, it's still not horrendous, but it's definitely not where I want it to be. So let's go ahead and switch over to Center X, and let's shoot that side. Let me get my tuner changed. We'll go from there. All right, still on Center X. Let's see what we do with these. One, two, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and one more at the bottom here. Oh, that was me. All right. Well, wow. It looks like, well, 1, 2, 3. I think 3 went in that one hole, and then 4 and 5 I threw. Or no, there's one up higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that one definitely opened up. That's well over a minute. I mean, it's still within the 10 range, but man, not where I'd want to be. So I don't know. It's hard to say. I definitely see an overall tighter grouping with the Center X. Again, it's a little bit more premium ammo. I would expect to see that, but you know, I think for a first test like this, it definitely outlines that, you know, you kind of get what you pay for with some of these. And I think this is a pretty good spread to test. I wouldn't necessarily test Center X versus like Midas Plus, because I think, you know, obviously it really varies within the guns and different lots of ammo, and everybody has different experiences. But I think just pulling random boxes of Rifle Match and Center X and comparing them after tuning them, you know, I'd say the Center X is definitely just a little bit better. I don't have any problem shooting the Rifle Match, especially for my NRL matches. You know, that's well within the margin, and if I'm saving money, I'm all for it. So I'm going to go grab the targets, and let's take a look. Also, just to let you know, on my velocities, I'm still averaging about a 10 or 11 feet per second faster velocity with the Center X. So over all that ammo, looking at the numbers, yeah, it's about 10 or 11 feet per second, but very consistent. Both of them are in the 30 or 40 ES range, depending on the group that I shot. And, you know, both really consistent for what they are. So, all right, let me go grab that target. We'll take a look. Let's take a look here. So, well, okay, this is the 100-yard target. Again, rifle match, rifle match, rifle match, rifle match, and then Center X, Center X, Center X, Center X. You know, so this is, you know, this is all in the X ring for a 100-yard target. Same thing with that. I mean, that's still well within. That's just barely. You know, this one opened up a little bit. You know, this is definitely still in the 10 ring, obviously, but a little taller. Now, I will tell you, you'll notice that there's a lot more shots here. I didn't have any more Center X with me at the range, but I went ahead and did some more tuning with my rifle match, because that's what I'm primarily shooting. And you can see here, these are all 10-shot groups, and it definitely tightened up a little bit. I got rid of some of that vertical, so I feel better about it. This is what I'm going to be taking to the bench rest match this weekend, and with any luck, I'll be filming that for you guys the same way I filmed this, through the lens, so you can actually watch me shoot that bench rest match. If we look at the 50-yard targets, again, this was rifle match, this was Center X. I did shoot this with rifle match after I did that 100-yard. That's 10 rounds of rifle match, but otherwise, so there's rifle match, yeah, I don't know what the heck happened to that one. And then rifle match, and then Center X, Center X, Center X, Center X. So like I said, I mean, the Center X definitely is more consistent. You know, have I had a random flyer with the rifle match? Yeah, I mean, like, this happens for some reason once in a while, even when this happens right after it. But again, there's a price difference. You're paying for what you get. But I'm excited to take the rifle match to the bench rest match this weekend. It's the first time I've shot rifle match. I've shot Center X for a little while, but I'm switching over to the rifle match, and we'll see what happens. So anyway, thanks for watching. You guys have a good one. We'll talk later.